think we'll take it on the road for just a quick spin. Alright, I got a special little treat for us today. We've got the CB900 here. And it is done pretty much. It's ready to go. There's some stuff I need to solder and clean up, but for the most part, she done. Now when I ride it, I had to bring these little guys along with me because sometimes it blows fuses a lot. Sorry, my garage is full of furniture, but I'm moving soon, so gotta get all that furniture. So the bike's pretty much done now, which is awesome because I've had it for months and months, and I just didn't have the time or money to buy all the stuff it needed. There's still a few things that need finished up. Like I said, some of the soldering, the speedometer doesn't work yet, it's not hooked up. This is just all kinds of broken. You'll see it like spinning around and flipping all over, so it doesn't work. But yeah, I spent a long time. Hardest part was definitely getting the brakes to work. That was a pain, but they do work. I replaced all the pads, all new brake system, bled the brakes, rebuilt both master cylinders in the front and rear. So yeah, the brakes took the longest. It's kind of crazy that this bike sat for like 9 years without ever running, and then after just some work on the carbs and putting on new exhaust and stuff, you just have the key on, put it on running. Not even 2 cranks. Not even 2 cranks. So yeah, this bike is crazy smooth for not having run in like 9 years. Then again, I did put like a month and a half's worth of work into restoring almost every single piece of it. So that might explain why it's so smooth. I don't want to take all the credit for it. It's still a really cool bike. Can you feel the horsies? I think we'll take it on the road for just a quick spin. So yeah, if you couldn't tell, this bike hauls some butt. It hauls some serious butt. Alright, let's make a quick trip back. So yeah, it's pretty quick. That was fun. Now the bike's awake. Kind of at a crossroads with the bike right now because I need a new car, and so I'm going back to Cincinnati in the fall, back to school. So yeah, I need to get a new car, and I've got some moolah to spend on it, but I don't have as much moolah as I'd like. You know, I'd like to have more moolah than I have. And this bike is pretty nice, so it could bring pretty good money. Do I sell this bike and get a new car that's cool, or do I get a slightly less cool new car and try to hold on to this bike? I really like this bike. Getting better at shifting this thing. When I first started, I was awful at it. I've learned. I say that as I missed third gear or whatever that was. I've learned that on this clutch, you do not need to come You do not need to come all the way in. About right there will do it. About right there. It's like less than an inch. Half an inch of clutch will do you good. Oh, but boy, is this bike fun. Oh, that was unwise. It's long as heck. This is one of, I think I was reading on the internet, this is one of the longest wheelbases, especially in a Honda. In a Honda, it might be the longest wheelbase. Shaft driven, so you get some pretty good torque when you hammer it back. Take one more trip on the road here. All right, here we go. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but I'm not used to this amount of speed. It's not something I've ever handled before. And it's kind of scary, but kind of sweet at the same time. All right, I'm putting the visor down for this one. Here we go. Should probably be in gear. Some of you may not know, but that's in low gear. This bike has 2 gears. It's crazy. Not many bikes have this. It's got when you're trying to be a hooligan like me, you put it in low gear, you get some nice acceleration. You got a 5-speed with a high and a low, so 10 gears, but really nobody does 10 gears. That's silly. You usually just go 1 through 5 in low and then switch to high, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in low, and then 5 high to cruise, and yeah. The more I ride this bike, the really less I want to sell it. So maybe this video will be a turning point in my life where I will decide not to sell the motorcycle that I built, kind of specifically to sell. I didn't really tell anybody that, but I bought it dirt cheap, and I was gonna sell it from the day I bought it, and now I kind of like it. Hit this grass at high speed so I can kill myself. Wow, sweet. Woo. One thing this is not good at is turning though. Definitely not the best turner that Honda ever created. But boy, is she peppy. I wonder if I can do a wheelie. I put in some work on those brakes, man. Seems like everything I own, the idle's always just stupid high. I really need to start fixing that. I mean, this one's not terrible, but still. Alright, should we see if she could pop a wheelie? I don't think that was a wheelie. I can't tell. I don't want to break this bike as soon as I get it running good. Alright, I think that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and turn the fuel off. Just because these carbs on occasion will leak if they get too full. They like to open up. Which is better than hydrolocking, I guess. Which is where which I guess that only happens when the bike's off, but it's where there's too much gas in the carbs. So they just kind of pass the gas on, gets through the valve, and goes into the cylinder, then fills the cylinder with liquid. Then you try to turn it over, you bend your cylinder shaft or whatever, have a bunch of problems. That's just not good. So yeah, that's why you always turn your fuel switch off when you're done. And so yeah, there she is. I guess I could show you. The blinkies work. This one's a little, that one needs some fixing, but that's all right. Both blinkies work. You can see it up there too. Horn doesn't work. Headlight, the bulbs burn out on the headlight. Brake light works. So that's good. And yeah, that's about it.